The Mercedes-Benz SL55 has just arrived here, so we're going to take a look inside and I'm going to show you my first impressions. So as soon as I get into the car, the first thing that catches my eye is obviously the centre console. So I've seen this screen before in the S-Class. This one's a little bit smaller, so it's probably from the E-Class, but it's great. It comes lovely down into this carbon fibre body here. But there is something different on this that I haven't seen in other models, and that's this little button down here. So if you press that, you can actually bring the display up, and this little slider, move that back down, and I'll go back down. Now I imagine this has actually been included because this is obviously a soft top, and when you're driving along you don't want to have the glare coming down when you've got your roof back. So this gives you the opportunity to move your screen forward and take it out the sun's glare. So one thing that we always get in our comments when we're talking about little gadgets or these sticky outdoor handles is, oh, it's another thing to break. So I was thought, let's give it a little test. Obviously when people are coming in and out of the car, it has got seats in the back and the seats come forward, people are going to be knocking things, moving things around. This could get damaged, but giving it a little tug and, you know, a little feel, it's actually quite secure. It's all sealed in at the back, it's sealed in around the sides. I can't really move it back against the motors, and it seems like it's made of good quality, so 10 out of 10 there. So going on to the MBUX system now, it has actually received all the new updates from the Hyperscreen. It's taken a lot of inspiration from that. For example, if I hold down here, you've got your zero layer and your classic. We do have actually already done a video going into a little bit more detail about this new system and the Hyperscreen, so we'll plug that up there for you, go check it out. But as you can see, we've got it now in the SL55. All of my options are going to come up over on top of the map and things like that, rather than taking up the whole screen. This is really good for navigating your screen and sort of being able to see more information on the screen at the same time. So one thing that we didn't talk about in the other Hyperscreen video is that how prone these screens are to getting fingerprints all over them and like grease marks, things like that. Luckily enough, with every Hyperscreen and every other touchscreen, Mercedes-Benz gives you a lovely little microfiber cloth, so you can take it out. Very good quality, and you can give your screen a good old wipe. There we go. Good as new. Very nice.
Press that 100 buttons as you do it.
I know, and press all the buttons as well at the same time. So we've also got the touch bar at the bottom of the screen. You might recognise a few other similar buttons from other models. There's also a few new buttons as well. For example, down here we've got all of our functions up here. Things like lane assist, interior protection, heads up display. You can also favourite loads of different functions all in the car, like the drag race as well as the browser. Loads of stuff on there. Also, moving along, we've got this lovely button down here, the AMG button, which is my favourite button. This brings up all of our dynamic settings. Now, as you can see, we've got all of our presets at the top here, our Sports Plus, our Snow. But you can also individually change each of your dynamic controls as well. I think this is actually laid out brilliantly. I love how it's laid out. It seems really technical but really slick at the same time, and everything is all at your fingertips. So moving on to the steering wheel, obviously we've got pretty much the same as what we've already had in other AMG models. We've got the driving mode select as well as your individual driving controls down here. This can all actually be also controlled over here on the settings select. So I've got all my settings over here that I can cycle through down on the steering wheel widget here, which I think is pretty cool. Also, one thing that is new, that is actually really cool, is that I can customize this. So I can come down to the menu here and I can add on, say, a 3D view. This will add it onto the cycle, like, don't miss it. Add it onto the cycle, I can press it and it will bring us onto the 3D view. How cool is that? So also down here we've got the convertible button as well. So you press that and this screen comes up. It's a really unique way of operating the roof, I think. It's just simply a slider that you move to the right to start opening up. Of course, it will show this on-screen animation as well of things start to happen as the roof slowly comes back. Once the roof is dropped back, again taking a look at this screen, we can automatically tilt the display when it's open. Let's bring that forward, and you can see already how much glare is reduced from having the screen forward with the top down. There's no sun on it and I can still see it clearly. As being a really sporty car, obviously this is built for the driver. This is probably definitely with the dials. So probably where you're sitting, it's probably not very clear, but for where I'm sitting, the dials are right in front of me, embossed back into the dash, and they're very close to the road, which I really like. So one thing that I did notice is that Mercedes have decided not to include the soft touch doors on this, which kind of lets the side down a little bit. I feel like although they've gone for that racy look, it is a very luxurious car. We have all the leather on the dash, we have the carbon fibre, we have all the leather, everything seems very weighted and very solid. So I don't really understand why they've removed the soft touch doors to maybe lighten the car, but instead they've packed it full of other more heavier features to give it that luxury feel. It's sort of as if they've got confused between whether it's a sports car or whether it's more of a luxury car. One last thing that I was struggling with a little bit as well is the spoiler on the back. I was looking through all the system controls, I was looking all around the wheel until I started cycling through here, and I actually found it here down on the little steering wheel widget. So you have to press that in and give it a hold, and it'll slowly should start moving up. There we go, that should be extended. And now we're going to jump out and have a look, see what it's actually done. So let's come round and have a look and see what the spoiler's done. So, no soft closed doors again, back there. But the spoiler, as you can see, has actually come out. It gives it a little bit more of that meaner, sportier look for it. Underneath doesn't look as attractive, so normally cruising around the city, I'm probably going to keep that down. Going on to the back end though, it's quite wide, it's round, it does look like luxury. Obviously you've got these big exhausts though, which kind of contrast that. This is what gives it that proper mean sporty look. It is a proper hybrid of the two, and I quite like that. I've got these wheels as well, big red calipers on the back and on the front, again making it look really sporty. But the rims themselves give you more of that luxury kind of look. Big V8 badge here on the side with a vent, lovely stuff. And then coming around to the front, massive grille coming down. These like mean looking eyes on the front as well. Zero complaints from me there. We've also got the side skirt along the bottom, which gives it that drop jaw look. It does look mean, and it looks good at the same time. So I hope you've enjoyed my first 15 minutes with the car, and I've shared with you a few of my opinions that I've found. It is a really nice car, so go out and buy one yourself if you can afford to. But I hope you liked the video. Drop us down a comment below if there's anything that we can do next. Drop us a like if you like the video, and subscribe as well if you like the channel. See you later.